Enough with the greasy kid stuff. It's about time you suckamaniacs learn how to play some real-life old man licks. Like this one. Sounds expensive. Greetings, suckamaniacs, and welcome to this week's installment of Weekend Wankshop, the only weekly internet video lesson series featuring Ben Eller teaching you weekly new licks every week. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Uncle Ben here is currently freezing his balls off. Tennessee is undergoing an unusually cold spell of weather. We had a big ice storm earlier this week that knocked out my power for over 2 days, which was kind of crazy. Came back home though, and my guitars were still perfectly in tune. God bless Ibanez guitars. It's miserable out there. It looks like Planet Hoth minus the Tauntauns, which are really the only good thing about Hoth. So, kind of sucks right now. Hope you guys are safe and warm. But even if you are cold like me, it's fixing to get a little bit cooler with this week's cool jazz lick. This is a great lick to play over an A7 chord. You could play it on a Thursday, on a Tuesday, really whenever you want to. It's a great lick to play whenever your grandpa insists that you don't know anything about music. This will shut him right the hell up. This week's lick would work really well in any jazz context, but you could also slide it into a cool blues, or really any time you need your guitar playing to sound just slightly more expensive than usual. It's based on an A7 arpeggio, which we'll talk about. It also features some passing tones, which are notes that aren't necessarily in the chord or in the key, but you just kind of pass by them, you know? It's really easy to convert this into working into any other key too. So if you were playing over an E7 kind of chord, it's really easy to convert it and work into that key as well. So what we'll do is we'll look at the arpeggio pattern, talk about those passing tones a little bit, and get all cool with it. But first things first, let's hear it again at StepJazz speed. And as always, you can find a full tab for this lick on my Instagram page, Ben Eller Guitars, all one word. Go on there, find the tab, learn how to play it, and make a video of yourself playing this week's lick, and upload it with the hashtag WEEKENDWANKSHOP. That way I can go on there, check out your progress, and give you some tips and tricks to make it sound even sicker. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the context here. This is being played over an A7 chord. You could also call that an A dominant 7, A7, A dominant 7, it's the same thing. There's a lot of different ways you can play that chord, of course, too. But what they all share in common is the construction. It's made up of the notes A, C sharp, E, and G. Those 4 notes, A, C sharp, E, G. Now the way that the musos would have you look at that is to say that it's made of the first note of the A scale, the third note of the A scale, the fifth note of the A scale, and the flattened 7th of the A scale. So 1, 3, 5, and flat 7. So in other words, you have the major scale. Google that if you don't know it. Lower the 7th note. 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 1. That's what an A7 chord is made out of. And this lick is outlining that A7 chord and adding in a couple of extra passing tones here. Let's check this out. I want to go ahead and show you the arpeggio pattern. I'm basing it around first. That way you'll kind of have that under your fingertips. It goes like this. Okay. I've got the 10th fret on the A string here, which is our G note. That's the flat 7 of the chord. The 12th fret A string, that's our A note, that's our root. D string, fret number 11, that's our C sharp note, the 3rd of the chord. G string, fret number 9, that's E, the 5th. You could also put this G note right here, 12th fret G string, flat 7. B string, fret 10, that's root. A note, that is. High E string number 9, C sharp, it's our 3rd. And high E string number 12, that's an E note, our 5th. So again, the arpeggio pattern is 10 on the A, 12 on the A, 11th D, 9th G, 12th G, 10th B, 9th E, 12th E. Alright children, let's get into it here. Now the lick is going to start off on the G string fret number 9, that's the E note. Again, that's the 5th of the chord. Then we're going to play the root note of the chord, fret number 10 on the B string, there's our A note. Then we're going to go ahead and play the third here on the 9th fret high E string, the C sharp note. Kind of looks like a D-shaped chord, if you want to think of it that way. Now at this point, if you're playing this really vanilla, you could just go right on here to the 5th of the chord, the E note. But that's just not jazz enough. Grandpa would not approve of that. Here's a little trick. Anytime you want something to sound kind of jazzy, what you can do is to take the notes that are in a chord, like these two guys, and just connect the dots between them. So in other words, I've got this D note here and this E flat note right here. Well, I'll go ahead and pass by those. I'll start you off on a good note, and I'll end on a good note, and I'll hit a bunch of shit in the middle right here that isn't necessarily a part of the chord, but it sounds cool. It's part of what jazz is made of, is these passing tones. I don't stay on them. That sounds really unresolved. You pass by them on your way to more good notes. So that's exactly what we're going to do right here. So now we got 9th fret G, 10th fret B, 9th fret high E, 10th fret high E, 11th fret high E, 12th fret high E. And then what I'm going to do is to get back to this note right here, the 3rd of the chord, the C sharp note, 9th fret high E. Only I'm going to get there with another cool little jazzy idea, which is to slide in from a note below it. Again, this C note right here, totally not a part of the chord, not in key for that either. But it's okay, I just pass by it, you know? Okay, now that right there sounds pretty cool. Then we're going to go back to root note here, 9th fret B, or sorry, 10th fret B. 9th fret here on the G. So now we got... Then we're going to play the 3rd of the chord here, D string fret number 11. And then we're going to play the A string here, 12th fret, that's our root note. And again, you know, the next chord note here is down here on the 10th fret, right? Let's do that little jazzy idea that I was thinking about a second ago. Let's walk to it. So there I went 12, 11, 10, or A flat, G. Again, that A flat, totally not a part of the chord, but it's okay. I started on a good one, I ended on a good one. I can hit whatever I want to in the middle. Okay, so now here's how we started off. 9th G, 10th B, 9th high E, connect the dots, slide back into 9, 10th fret B, 9th fret G, 11th fret D, 12th fret A, 11th fret A, 10th fret A. And then the chord I'm ending on here is an A7 chord with no 5 in it. That's just my open A string, that's root. 11th fret D string, that's 3rd. 12th fret G, that's that flat 7. And the 10th fret B string here, which is our root again. And giving it a little old shake with the wang bar over here. Sexy. So there you have it, kids. Another cool lick to make you sound colder and older. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BENELLERGUITARS. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more weekly lessons, covers, this is why you suck at guitar videos, all kinds of good stuff. And don't forget to hit me up for some one-on-one lessons via Skype, where we can talk about all the theory and scales and chords and modes and all that stuff that you've ever wanted to know. Cheers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay warm out there. Keep on playing. And I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.